Greetings and peace. I hope you and yours are doing well today, wherever you might be watching or listening to this from. This will be my second video for the month of November 2023 for my spiritual and religious education playlist. And today I would like to talk about Hazrat Azrael alayhi salam, the angel of death, Azrael, from the Islamic perspective. Now, Azrael is basically one of the four main archangels, along with Michael, Mikhail, Gabriel, Jibril, and Raphael, Israfil. So Hazrat Azrael is tasked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the concept of death and transitioning the soul from life to death. And I represent myself only, and going further, let's talk about Israfil. So the angel of death, Israfil, Hazrat Azrael alayhi salam, in Islam is known as Malak Al-Maut. And Malak Al-Maut, the angel of death, visits you 5 times a day during the 5 daily prayers. And each time, he can only take you with Allah's permission. So if your time is still valid on this earth, then during those 5 visits, it's just a reminder, a symbolic reminder that one day you will taste death and it will come for you. And going forward, Azrael serves as the destiny of man, or basically the nasib, because death is the only reality in the end in the spiritual school once you fulfill your objective. And physical description-wise, he's very tall and has 4 faces. One face he has is black. One face is of a very soft, kind nature. One is of a fiery nature, and one is always looking at a tree-like structure or figure where all the souls are on it like shining stars. Israel only does the work Allah has given him. Once the souls die from the tree, the souls get grabbed and put in front of an area where they are judged by a luminous presence behind a veil, according to their hearts and deeds, which determine what directions that soul will be taken to. So when that time comes, you do get put in front of a judgment, and it will be seen if your heart is lighter than a feather or if you possess any virtue in you. So people who pretended to be religious or pretended to be charitable, while at the same time they were being devious and conniving to self and others, that eye that will judge you, the eye of God, or that representation of God that will be there, that will determine your outcome, whether you ascend higher or whether you go into the lower realms, aka hell. So if you are somebody that is truly pure and clean from inside out, that's the only way you'll be able to have a positive outcome. If not, then that is basically, you have to be truly pure. And let's just say in this human life, people think that they get away with stuff. No one's getting away with everything. And that's why I stress, be good to yourself and be good to others, and do not hurt anybody knowingly or unknowingly. Always try to do the right thing, and always try to do good for self and others. This is dead serious, because when that time comes, then there is no getting away with it. So once the soul's light fades from the tree, basically all the souls that are on that tree of life, and once your light fades, Allah tasks Azrael to summon them to the place of judgment in that specific place. Azrael captures the souls of jinn, so this is how he uses his different forms during the times of death for different beings. So for jinns, he captures them with the face of fire, since jinns are made of smokeless fire. Evil people are captured by the black face. Good people are taken peacefully by the soft, kind face. And with Azrael, he has a omnipresence given to him by Allah. He's nowhere and everywhere at the same time. So when it's time for him to take a soul, no matter where or what you're hiding at, even in different realms and worlds, he will find you and he will come get you. That's just the way it is. And those people that have done evil and done dirty things, death will be a painful experience to them, because Azrael will come in a in a form that's more deserving for them, and they will be crying in agony. It's like demons like scratching them and ripping them apart, and all the egregores coming to life and ripping them apart. So if you were a good person, then you will have a good outcome, like a nice, peaceful, painless death. In the end, once Azrael serves his role, Allah will command Azrael to take his own soul, as it says in the Quran, Holy Quran, Surah 28, verse 88, that all perishes except for the face of God. So when you die, you will be in the same conditions you chose for yourselves on this earth, determined by your heart, choices, and actions. And let's say you were part of groups and fraternities, like I've explained before in previous videos. And if you had any of those egregores attached with you, then they will stay with you until your grave. All egregores and attachments will stay with you till the grave, if that's the life you chose to pursue. And I've told people how to get rid of those egregores and how to peacefully walk away from those situations if they followed my directions in previous videos. So for those that continue to stay with that till death, then those same attachments will continue to follow you. And as your body dies, just like any parasite, the demons and egregores will be like hungry dogs waiting to tear you apart, because you can no longer give them a host body. All the evil you have done will be shown to you like a movie. And all the times you worried about this, that, worldly affairs, it ain't gonna mean anything in the end when the time comes. If you are good, you will see the love light of God only. You will see all heavenly beings welcoming you home with open arms. Your time of birth on this earth, let's say if you believe in reincarnation and incarnation and all that stuff, past life, future lives and all that, your time of birth, death, successes, failures, marriage, kids, all that you were meant to do, people that you were meant to see, places that you meant to go, is pre-structured and predetermined with predestination to a certain extent. However, your free will also, your free will plays a role also determining the final outcome. So what I have disclosed here is Allah has given all of us free will and accord, but if we choose to do the right thing in this human life, then things will work out for us. It's a very simple concept, and it's not about your God or my God, or if you don't believe what I believe, you're going to hell. In Surah 2, verse 62 of the Holy Quran, it tells you it's not about your religion, but you submitting to the will of God. Islam, the definition of Islam and being a Muslim, by definition, is one who submits to God and is a righteous human being. And Surah 2, verse 62 tells you that could be anybody as long as you're doing that. So if you're a good, upright human being, you're doing the right thing, you're not hurting anybody, know when the time comes, you will be dealt with fairly when you get put in front of that luminous presence. And then they will determine whether you go up or you go down. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. Those that sell out in this human life for fame and fortune, or sell out their family and friends for fame and fortune, just know that you're not getting away with it, because this life is like a blink in the eyes of the cosmos. You'll be here, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, but in the eyes of the cosmos, that's just a blink. And Islam tells us that we are here in the spiritual school. It's a temporary abode, and our real life is after this human life. So please keep that in mind, my brothers and sisters. There's a lot of deception going on. People are falling astray. And if you want Hazrat Azrael alayhi salam to approach you in a kind nature and make your transition peaceful, then be a good human being. Forgive, let go, and remove yourself from any groups, organizations, fraternities, sororities that have tied you up with egregores and attachments, because I already told you what's going to happen when the time comes. So do the right thing, and inshallah, God willing, everything will work out for all of us, especially in this age of chaos from 2020 through 2029. Please do the right thing with the time that has been given to you, and give peace and blessings to all that come before you. Thank you. And to conclude my final thoughts, I would say this verse from the Holy Quran, Surah 3, verse 185. Kullu nafsin za'ikatul maut. Every soul shall taste death. That is the reality for all of us. Death is your final reality, your final initiation, your final entrance to the abode of the hereafter. And there's no one's getting away with not avoiding that. So do the right thing with the time that you've been given. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you and yours.